You know, sometimes a person has to kind of have a reset and find their mountaintop. And today, we're blessed to live here in North Carolina, and in February when we can get outside and it be 68 degrees and come to a place like this that you would expect to be in the mountains. But finding your mountaintop can be hard for people. And after 2023, finding your mountaintop was really tough. And we worked really hard last year to help people. And it was a tough year. The industry went through a lot of changes. But you know what? No matter what happens, we always keep trying to help people and serve them the best way we can. And for me, that's all about trying to connect with people and understand their needs and really understanding myself. So at times when it seems like you can never climb the mountain like we were in 2023, you keep working, you keep scratching and clawing, and you keep reaching deep down and find out what you're good at and what you're all about. And for me, it's helping people. At the end of the day, I get the most out of helping other people. And I think I'm in the right industry for that when you talk about mortgages and real estate. But more importantly, how to connect with someone and how to reach them where they are at the time they need you is really what it's about, reaching my mountaintop. The journey to the mountaintop in life can be so difficult, but the good news is if you keep trying, you keep climbing, you keep learning, you keep expanding, you keep God in your heart, you can usually get to the top of that mountain. And in 2024, we have a chance now to kind of reset and help people who had their issues in 2023 reach their goals in 2024 and find their mountaintop. And I'm really excited about that, getting back to our mountaintop and enjoying places in between like this.
Growing up, my dad was a pastor in the Methodist Church, and we consistently moved about every 4 years and generally didn't own our own home. And I just think to my early 20s when I bought my first house about that experience and how important it was thinking about, doing what I do now as a mortgage professional and helping others find their mountaintop experience in home ownership. The things that stood out for me, one, were it was a really bad experience. Buying my first house, I was so nervous. I didn't know what I was doing. Gosh, there was a lack of communication along the way. And I remember walking into that house, that experience, finally having it behind me, this weight fell off. And the other thing too was just the emotion of buying my first house, growing up, not owning one, and finally having that experience of owning something for myself. And really, I try and bring those emotions into my professional career when I'm working with clients. I think the most important thing that we can do as professionals is communicate, working really closely with our clients so there's no anxiety, there's no question marks left to chance, and really it is the most rewarding thing, the biggest mountaintop experience to help anybody with home ownership walking into the home, especially when they're a first-time home buyer, of experiencing that dream of home ownership for the first time. So on the topic of finding your mountaintop, some input I'd like to just provide is, it's really it's an idea, it's a concept, right? That a lot of people I think can adapt and really, sometimes writing things down can really help identify, any potential problems or risks or mindset. But I did make a note today in a journal. I brought that with me because I'd like to read this to you. Just, this might help somebody and maybe help with their mindset if they're maybe in a low spot right now. And that is, for me, finding your mountaintop, it is a concept. It's a strategic plan to reach your long-term and short-term goals, right? And that's envisioning that path from start to finish, whatever those goals are. And while the mountaintop can seem to be distant, overwhelming, or even sometimes out of reach, it's the little steps you take daily that get you there, right? It's those little wins. And so, many say that success is the journey, but it can be the destination, and it's your why. It's your why can deliver a sense of personal achievement that can only come from those days, weeks, months, and sometimes even years of hard work and determination. So, all that to say, life is a series of mountaintops, and as you move along the path, at whatever pace that might be for you, just remember, keep moving forward, because we're not going backwards. That's not the direction you're going.